Hello my friends, today we are going to create multi-time frame trading strategy. I'm going to show you tricks how to create this strategy. So we're going to use vectorBT and Pandas library. This is a very powerful tools for a quantitative trader. We're going to split our logic into several parts like upload dataset, resample dataset, create indicators, and define trading logic and backtest strategy. This is very simple, but you need to understand how to do it. Okay, so we define our directory, and next we import our library. I'm going to use dark theme, it's very nice for me. I'm going to upload dataset from CSV file, but you could upload data from Binance, for example. Next, what we need to do is check our dataset to find and to understand what is the format data. And you see we have this column's name as a symbol. I show you it before, and we have several symbol. It's more than 20 maybe symbol. Okay. Next, we need to resample this data because by default we have only time series with 5 minutes interval. But I would like to create a trading strategy using RSI for 50 minutes and 1 hour. So let's do it. We need to resample our data set. The basic close data would be for 5 minutes because it's our data set by default. Next, we need to create a resample for our data. It would be 50 minutes and 1 hour. Okay, so let's do it. We need to resample this data and check how it's looking. And you see, for example, this, what is interval? Okay, yeah, we have interval 50 minutes. Okay, this is our columns. It's working. Let's check, for example, for 1 hour to understand and present for you. Okay, you see this interval with 1 hour. By default, we couldn't use some compare logic using both Pandas data frame because we have a different shape. And in this case, the shape of rows is different. So what we need to do, we need to create indicators, and you see we are going to use RSI indicators, and what we need to do is we input our data set which resampled, and we indicate our window. And the most important idea is to use a line method from Pandas to make correctly format for our data frame. Let's look in what is it, and you see this is shape by default is not correct for us, but this one we have this same shape because we have a shape with 5 minutes. We created it and we could use this one. Okay, let's print out looking, for example. Okay, you see the interval for 5 minutes, but we combine all data frame. Next, we need to define our trading logic. So let's copy our data set, and by default signal would be like 0. It means we should do nothing. Let's check this one. Let's print what is how it looking, and you see we have the 0 signal. It means we should wait. Next, we need to create our logic. It would be our trading logic. To do it, we need to use conditional. You see, I have 2 conditional with a small data frame and big time frame. And you see I defined it would be signal by, for example, this one would be signal cell. Let's do it, and we need to check how it's working, for example. Yeah, okay. And you see, for example, we see some signal, and let's do describe. Okay, so we did some data processing and we prepare our data set, and next we could create a trading logic. We need to create entries and exits. So, and you see I created only a position only for short signal, but we could improve this one logic, and if we are going to trade this one, it would be not profitable strategy, but we could change some combination. Let's do it. For example, let's maybe I'm going to something to change like this one. Let's look at maybe something change, and we could find the best combination. Okay, let's do print because I would like to get maybe some profitable results. Okay, let's look at this one, and also would be this one. Okay, it's something change, automatic, and let's look at, for example, also would be 30. Okay, it's not working. So let's do some improvement of the strategy. Maybe I'm going to create some simple strategy with profitable results, like start point to understand how it works. So let's do it. For example, what we need to do, let's look on the from signal. I would like to understand what is parameters do we have, and you see we have close, and let's define these parameters correctly, like this one, close. Next, entries and exits. Okay, it would be for signal long, and I would like to create logic for short signal, and exits also would be exits. Okay, but I would like to create entries entries short. Okay, and view is signal -1. Let's do use Capilot. This is artificial intelligence from Microsoft. Very nice tools, and you see this automatically suggests me some solution. Okay, let's do. No, it's not correctly suggest from Capilot. I need. Let's look in short entries. Short entries. Okay. Let's do it to understand it's working or not. Keyword segment repeats. Okay, of course, because I need entries. Let's look on these results. Also, we haven't profitable trading strategy, but let's do it to find some combination what would be working for us. Okay, also not working. Let's change. The correct way it would be if you do some multiply combination. Okay, I would like to change this one. Okay, because I show you later how to maybe create indicators using vectorBT using factory class, but I found some difficulties because when I get data, into factory, I got data like NumPy format, and I couldn't do some resample in this factory. Okay, but by default, we created some profitable strategy for Matic USDT, and this coin is decreased, and .USDT is also by default is going to decrease, but our strategy finds some profitable ideas for this one. Okay, and let's do some another improvement. For example, let's do this logic more complex, and for example, let's trade RSI when for one day. Okay, let's do it. We need to define RSI 1D. It will be the same. Let's look on the suggest. Okay, but we need to create a resample logic. It's very easy. What we need to do is, for example, copy paste this one, because we have the same logic, and we need to change these parameters for 1D. Okay, and also it should check it, and you see we have shape, another shape. It means we change this data. Next, we need create our indicators. We're going to input this one, and also I'm going to do join table. We need to take close data from 5 minutes and join with our data from 1 day. Okay, so let's look in this suggest from keyboard. We need to check in. Okay, it's looking correctly. And next, we need to create additional logic. We just need to write additional rules. It would be like RSI 1D. Okay, let's adjust them. And it would be also less 30, for example, because we have only 180 days. And next, we also need to create this additional logic. It's very simple. And RSI, it would be more than this one. Okay, maybe we do some improvement like this one. Let's do it. Maybe it would be more beautiful for reading. Yeah. And if you would like to make new conditional, you could add this new rows. Oh guys, sorry, this alert. Ukraine. Okay, I'm going to finish this one. So signal, let's do it, and let's print how it looks. Okay, and you see we find some profitable strategy for Ethereum, for example. Let's look in maybe another, because I suggest RSI. Let's looking on description also on RSI. What is the mean data? We need to take what we need to do. Let's look on this one. RSI 1D. Okay, and describe. Okay, this is a suggestion from correctly. Okay, what is the mean? And you see we have some quantile, and we should use this quantile to understand where place our data. And we could, okay, this is about here. Okay, let's do some small range for 1D to create more signal. Let's do it, and for example it would be like 70 for the first one to understand what would be the results. Wow, it's also very interesting, and you see we have a very nice ideas for AlgoUSDT, and we find some profitable ideas, and it means we could use these ideas to improve our approach. And usually the correct way, it means we should to find a multiply combination like I showed you before. So guys, I have to go, and if you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you next time. Bye.